we'll have to fill
Oh
it
man,
up
they killed
later.
our... Wait, how do you kill a ghost? I thought it was already dead.
They banished it.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
These are the most informed farmers I've ever seen.
Rangers.
And meanwhile, the farmer
Oh, right,
it's
Rangers.
here. Is he going back to the latrines or is he going to the pit?
Send them to the pit.
Yeah, send him to the pit.
Always to the latrine.
It sounds like that was 2 for the pit and 1 for the latrine. So
All right, let's roll.
the democracy that is this dungeon.
I like to imagine we're all just sitting around like a crystal orb television, just going like, yes.
Well, this is while you're all arguing about your plan and where you're going. Who's in charge of the pit?
I'm in charge of the pit, so I guess I roll for it. It's
Mhm.
still only a tier 1 trap.
Yeah, but this is a farmer. This is a hireling. He is dead.
Yes, I killed a farmer.
They avoided it before he stumbles right back into it.
Gives on his soul.
Shitty death. Shitty death.
He got separated in the maze and decided, you know what? I'm leaving. All right. So we have these 2 rangers facing off against this poor cultist group that's already bloody from the ritual.
Priests.
We are not cultists. Thank you.
No, they're my priests. But are they acting or am I acting?
They're acting.
Okay.
So it's under your control. So you can choose what they're trying, how they're trying to deal with it.
That's what I meant. Are they act? I am playing them right now. Are they acting, or when I say they, I mean the Rangers, or am I acting?
You're
acting.
Okay.
Your priest. How do they?
I have actually a question right now.
Mm-hmm.
My minions can do a level 2 necromancy spell right now, which means that they could summon skeletal minions. Can minions summon minions?
Temporarily, I don't see why not.
Yeah, it always has to be temporary because these are spell minions. Alright, that's what they'll do. I'll use my Dark Heart to negate, effectively, the bloodied condition so I can roll this as normal.
Alright, so I was looking up invocations, and for every tier above the first, it's a -1 die penalty.
Yeah.
So they're rolling a single die, and hopefully it's successful. And then are they joining in the battle, or are they retreating so they don't have to suffer the consequences of what these guys might do to them?
They're here to defend.
Alright.
Cost me a lot. The 6 doesn't count, it's only the 5.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So they summon up these skeletal minions.
But I can get rid of bloodied now, right?
No.
Now they don't do the shock thing?
No.
Alright, well, good to know them. That's
Fair.
A lot of gold down the drain.
Alright. So, let's give these skeletal things what they're doing. Because your guys were semi-prepared, they had a chance to do this.
Yep. So I cast Ray Skeletons. The bones form up into a skeletal minion pack, walking towards you and awaiting orders.
I assume they're going to start with Smash 2 and fight it out with these rangers?
Yep.
Sounds good.
Roll it now?
Yeah.
I'll just use these minion packs, because this minion pack also had Smash 2. There we go. 5-6 and then a 6-5.
And this is a complete success.
This is the skeletals, so yeah.
Yeah, they're on the same tier as the heroes, because your dungeon's the same tier. Sorry for all the research.
Well, it's fine. We're all learning the game.
It's the first time we're being attacked, so.
Minion awareness. I know they don't lead their sync.
This feels good, though. It's like our dungeon plan wasn't the worst ever.
Well, no. I mean, literally the lock seems to have been the clutch move right now.
Yeah, MVP lock.
So I still think if they had gotten right to us, we would have just beaten their asses.
I'll love when they solve it, and an adventure group just comes right up and it's like, this was made by a goblin, it's goblin design, and all goblins love marmalade. It's like, that doesn't even make sense.
I think it's more like they're pushing on it, and it's a pull door. I can't figure this shit out. Let's turn around.
I thought about that.
I think it's just a
I'm
wall.
going to make that the next block.
So when they walked into our dungeon and died, did they leave behind loot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially.
We got one kill so far.
Well, you got
The
one.
other-
You got the farmer. He's a hireling.
Mhm.
He can take the hit for the others. So on a success, you choose which adventurer gets hurt. One of them's already hurt.
Well,
So
then
you
that
can choose.
one.
Yeah.
Does double hurt mean dead?
Depends on their tier. At tier 0, they have 2 hit points. So yeah.
So in this
That's
case,
why
yes.
I said that one.
Right,
wonder
so
if
Finish
you-
him off.
I kind of want my minions to be as least risk as possible, and they're already super
It's
risked.
always better than 2 wounded.
Yeah, I
So-
know. That's what I said.
The special thing about Ventures is they have moves. So he can use the move Outrun rather than take the damage and be like, nope. But he is down 1 move because it can only use 3 moves per invasion. And so now you're a minion group against the other ranger, who's still there.
All right, they're acting again, or is the ranger acting against them?
He acts based on your results.
Oh, right. I forgot what game we were playing. It's another 6.
Get it.
Damn. Alright, he will also use Outrun.
I mean, these are my priests.
Yep.
Well, these are the skeletons acting in lieu of my priests, which are acting in lieu of me. So
Mm-hmm. So yeah, they run. They're back to the maze. Who's running the maze? See if we can split these guys up again or
oh,
not.
that's still me.
Yeah, but that's you. This is the maze you're supposed to walk to get you in meditation mindset to commune with your dark god.
Alright,
Maybe you. I hate that maze.
so
I don't
they
know
have
why we
now
built that thing.
explored everywhere. They had a mixed success so they can get through the lock this time.
Oh, no.
And-
So there are 2 the lock.
Yes, but they got a mixed lock last time, meaning they have to explore everything before they can come back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Well,
now
they
they can
haven't
pass
been to
through.
the Imp Project room.
That's not a completed room yet.
This one? The weird orb?
Yeah.
I thought that was completed. I thought that was the whole point of the room.
No. The timer's on a different page. I'll move it over.
Well, I don't think you. Okay, yeah.
Alright. So whose minions are these?
Oh, those are mine. And they're defending in a minion layer, so they have an extra die.
Yeah, and how would these minions defend it?
They do in fact have Smash, but they also have Scan and Skulk. And I don't think Scan is a combat ability here.
Not really.
So they're going to go ahead and Smash, and they're going to smash with the extra dice, so they'll have 2 dice to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, knowing now that the minion room gives them bonus die, feels like we should put the minion room as the first room. Just stack up
Alright.
all of our minions in one room.
There we go.
So 1 damage to one of them.
Yeah, okay. I think one of them is still injured, so I'll target that
Yep.
one.
Alright, he
Kill
uses up
him.
his last defense move. And which way did you want the minions to go? Towards the stairs or towards the testing room?
If they go towards the...
Towards the stairs so we can kick their ass.
The problem with the test room is if they get there, they have a chance to heal. But there's more minions for them to fight.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and say stairs, because I don't think we want them to reach their objective, correct?
So let's see. 1. So they go run the other way.
Oh, they run that way.
Oh, they run the other way. Alright, so the one... That's not the injured one. There we go. The injured one uses his last... Oh, he didn't have another move. He's dead.
Yeah!
Whoops.
Yes.
I like the sound of that. Is that one of the adventurers that died?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And this guy moved forward, so he'll have to come back to that minion in a second.
Mhm.
So he comes in here. He wasn't injured, so he doesn't heal, and he sees Peony's minions.
Yes, Peony. And they're bugbears. 5
Oh,
bugbears.
jeez.
Oh, these are the
yeah,
smashers.
Is this a lair?
It is not. It is the testing room. It's a tier 3 room.
We don't actually have any attack abilities. We were hired to do
Well, what
geez.
abilities do you have again?
well, we can speak light, which means we can talk to them.
They could try and trick them just so, they don't get hurt. Or you can roll a tier 0 roll with smash 0, take the lowest of the 2 die rolled.
Way better at tricking people. So I think they would try to trick him. Is there provisions for that?
For which, tricking them and getting away?
Yeah.
Yeah, just use trick. If you're successful, they get away unharmed.
Oh, but that actually doesn't hurt.
They
the
could come back to
invaders.
the minion lair and help defend it.
They could do that.
No, I was thinking they would want to deceive the adventurer into doing something stupid.
Okay, what would they conceive him to do?
They need to go to the mirror dungeon.
Yeah. You've got to help us. We're slaves to the mistress. She beats us so. Look at all the welts. If you help us,
God.
we'll tell you where the real treasure is.
Give me a trick.
So
All right.
no, you want a trick, not tell them the truth.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's see if they can roll it in the character sheet. Hey, it's a mixed success.
All right, so I either have to spend a move. No, he doesn't have many moves left. He'd be saving that for the big bosses. So yeah, he believes you. Where are you trying to get him to go?
We have to go back to the latrine. They actually have a secret cache of loot there.
All right. So back to this minion room.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh no, it's the snake people. Don't let them hurt us.
It's the goblins, actually.
Oh.
All right. So
Even
each time they encounter a minion, the same type of problem in a dungeon, it's at one less die.
Okay, so we'll take off one of those dies, which is just the 4 then.
Right. So at mixed, these guys are now bloodied. They're taken out from defending the dungeon, but you still inflicted damage on them.
Yeah.
So they're hurt. They've been outsmarted. They're being led by bugbears back to the latrine. They've
They
beaten the
gotta
lock.
get past the lock and the maze again.
Yep, back to the maze to try and separate people. Who's in charge of that?
Still me.
Yeah, but one less effect.
No, because it's a different problem again.
Oh.
It faced a minion, a minion, a minion. So we're trying to get to the
when it's
latrine.
sequential.
God, I feel like I've bribed Roll20 sometimes. It's like the constant 6s mostly.
Before
Alright.
we get to the latrine, if my minions were bloody, does that mean that they are off the board?
Oh, yeah, they've dealt with them.
Yeah, so in that case, yeah.
Well, wait then.
Right.
My
Oh,
minions
I'm sorry,
started this bloodied.
Okay. Well, but the latrine is a lair, isn't it, or is it not?
It's a minor room, so it doesn't give any bonuses.
Mhm.
But the maze has separated you two.
When you build one,
Okay.
all minions gain morale, and you take +1 die on your next calamity roll.
Okay. Well, can I have my minions go back through the maze and try to attack them in the creature lair?
We will do that after we see what the skeletons do to this poor guy.
All right.
You might need that before you get there.
Skeletons, what are you doing?
Are you saying that they do a at a -1 because they've already attacked this guy before, or?
No, when they deal with the same problem in the row, so it dealt with a minion, and then it dealt with another minion, so it dropped it. But now he dealt with the maze, and now he's back.
Okay, well that's 5 then.
Alright, so the skeletons are bloodied. He's had to use another move. He's getting exhausted. Turns around. Peony's minions, I assume, are going back in there. He's going back in there.
No, my minions want to go back to the lair. They want to get the bonus die to attack. Otherwise, they're totally outclassed.
Oh, okay. So we're okay.
So they would go back to the lair and then wait for the guys to come back.
What skill are they using to get through the maze?
They have skulk. They could use that.
They could. Give me that.
All right. Let's see. It's not successful.
Tell me how that went horribly wrong for these minions.
They get ambushed in the maze.
All right. So this guy's had enough of your shit. Uses one of his offensive moves, mauled by bear. And this mysterious bear comes out of nowhere.
Oh, he had a bear the whole time.
It was one of the adventures. How could we have told?
It was Sir Barrington.
All right, so he's used his last move. He's got half a heart left. He can't be separated in the maze. There's only one of them. He's dealt with this lock. There's no minions left in this minion room.
Is he coming for us?
Yep. This hobbling
All right.
ranger with a tired bear comes down the stairs.
Time to
From
get
in the
Theta
sanctum.
spot. Since Theta said he could take him.
Which one do you want to act first on this poor guy who's out of moves?
Theta act first. Theta was the one who said he could take him.
Get him, Gar. You're a god. How can he kill a god?
I am a god.
You can do it. No, all will fall before Gar.
Yep. Sorry, I just gotta
If
bring
this
up the spell
fails,
list.
I would like to go second.
Okay.
Alright, sorry, I forgot I put my channeling thing into a notepad.
Sounds
So
good.
I am going to invoke at a -1. Invoke, unlike the other spells, doesn't have the die penalty. So just ignore the last one on this.
All right.
I invoke at 4.
All right. What are you invoking?
These windows. Stop closing. I was shooting for a, sorry, I'm laughing, you guys. I am invoking Squirm. Don't worry,
Alright.
guys, I got it. And then I burst into 1,000 millipedes, squirming away.
All right. The ranger
Okay.
brings up his bow.
So
Who's
in
next?
that case, I would like to spend a stress to establish a small momentary weakness in my prey. I gain a plus effect when I exploit this on my next roll to stalk, catch, or bring them down.
All right. And what weakness do you notice in this ranger? Other than he's bleeding out a little from the shit that's happened in the dungeon.
He's not the youngest man in the world, so his knees aren't the greatest.
Oh, jeez.
Beat up this old man. Future's
All right.
now.
So, I would like to use finesse to shoot him in the knee,
Yeah.
and that plus would give me a +1.
Mhm.
Okay.
Critical. All right. So describe how this critically wounds him.
I think I just look and I'm like, you should have walked away. And as I shoot, it goes through the kneecap and it sticks in there.
All right. And down this guy goes.
Is he dead?
I would like
Here,
to
let
say
me poke
no.
him and find out.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to say at least his adventuring career is over.
Well, I have the soul flask.
You could use that.
All right.
Yeah, you have a soul in a flask.
All right. It's the soul of the old ranger.
Shake him around.
What are we gonna do with this bear?
You can stay. He's fine. He's cool.
I'll eat him.
You're gone. You squirmed away.
Yeah,
What
but I
the
come
hell was
back. I mean, I squirm away and I come back. I just turn to a bunch of insects. I inhabit the wall. I see you kill them. Well, I'm back.
My work here is done.
My home planet needs me.
All right. Well, everyone, I think we learned something very special today, and that's that this dungeon is
Awesome.
falling apart at the seams.
This dungeon is awesome.
It actually did a pretty good job.
So here's the deal. If we can skin the bear, I can make a magic bear pelt that when you wear it, you turn into a useless bear.
So what I'll do then is I will turn into a swarm of insects, leap into the bear's mouth, absorb it from the inside, and leave only the skin.
You know what? I'm going to leave this weird stuff to all of you. I would have just liked a rug.
I mean, those are all
I was
things
gonna
I can
say
do.
I have a skinning knife.
Well, yeah, but
This
I
is
can
gonna
do
be
it
awesome.
perfectly.
This is going to be perfect. It's going to turn you a cute teddy bear. We're going to get so many children.
I step back from him for a moment. Her. I step back from her for a moment.
Oh yeah, I like this guy. Oh, I just turn into a cloud of insects and devour things from within. But you're too creepy.
Yeah. I do that. I do that thing, or video bloggers do when someone else on the podcast is turned problematic, and they just slowly scoot off the screen. Oh, we're gonna get all the kids. Oh yeah, we'll do that.
Let's also check the adventurers for what they had on them.
Yeah, unbaptized baby fat's important.
All right, so it looks like every minion pack is bloodied.
Mm-hmm.
And I will let you continue your discussion on what your mission is while you guys loot the bodies.
I think that's the benefit of the companion, is that I get to dictate if they die or not, which is great, because they don't.
Mm-hmm.
They're so expensive.
You still have to rehire them.
Well, they're only bloody, not dead.
Yeah. If they're only bloody, they're fine.
Let's look for materials for the testing room within the forest.
Right. We were going to the forest, and the forest, you said you knew of good paths, so that sounds great.
Yeah, none of these adventurers survived, so we can't use any of them in the testing room.
Why not? Their bodies.
We can use the body.
Go for it.
I put the bodies in the testing room.
Yeah, you just gotta get the farmer out of the pit.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them died in the creature lair, which we're gonna have to find a new creature for, by the way.
I don't have to get the body out of the pit. The minions get the body out of the pit. Mistress, we have open wounds.
Wait, if we're going
I heard that you were trying to lead them to a treasure. Get over here.
Oh dear, you're injured. Here, take this poison and put yourself out of your misery.
If we're going to the forest, we could find. Do we want to have also go with the goal of getting two things done? Because we could find a creature in the forest.
Well, let's go to the forest. I thought the goal was to go to the forest and try to get some sort of powerful loot or something.
Yeah, so it was to find something to help the testing room get completed.
Right,
if you look at
more bigger and badder monsters,
We do have a spot open now.
if you do look at the testing room, it will tell you what items it needs.
Gears and
the testing room needs gears and pulleys.
But
That's
you
a little bit
can
more
make
Cult of the Brass God, though.
you can make those out of wood.
We could make them out of cursed wood. That is the best idea you've had all day.
Yes.
We also need to get a replacement monster since they killed a ghost. How does that even work?
They exercised it. Also, which two of you guys' minions are going to crawl into the bear skin and pretend to be a bear?
I think my minions have already done that. They're actually pretty good at pretending to be bears.
So whoever hollowed out the bear, give me a finesse roll.
Even though I used magic to do it?
Then give me an invoke roll.
Alright. And since this is channeling, it doesn't have any negatives.
Technically,
There's a 6.
Magic transfer, so.
All right,
All
so one of you can take bear skin as part of your supply or gear.
I will take it. I will use it as an ingredient for an item. If you guys need anything, let me know, because I'm more than happy to make crazy crap.
Oh yeah, of course. I wouldn't mind vast amounts of poisons to murder everyone.
I mean, rule number 1, never pass up on a good meal.
Here's the deal. I make magic items, not potions. So I can't help you with poison.
Maybe if we scout out what we wish to hunt in the forest to bring back, you can make something to help capture it.
Oh, what's this guy's name? It's always Forest this and Forest that.
Got ourselves in a real gump, huh?
I really feel like everything he says is Forest. Every time I
Lord
hear his
Loveen.
voice is Forest.
And I am someone who doesn't answer to their father at all hours of the day.
Well, that's good to know. It's a weird flex, but okay. I mean, my father's a god. What's yours? Piss boy?
So we're going to go to the forest and we're going to steal a tree. Is that correct?
or at least get enough wood.
If we wanted to get testing stuff, we should probably. I would think the best candidate for that would be the merchant company.
Oh, we have a merchant company?
Well, we have the merchant.
Oh, Trading Co. Yeah, right there. Sells to everyone.
Sam's trading company sells to every faction and many. And they have many otherworldly stuff. They would be. There's also.
I'm just worried what tier they are.
Well, we need gears and pulleys, though. It's not really otherworldly stuff.
Well,
Could be.
They sell otherworldly and worldly. There's also Teleshare, which is at N, which is also a trade hub.
I got to imagine the great adventure where we went to Samuel's Trading Company and bought gears and pulleys.
Negotiation is a raid plan. Get what we want, tell everyone lies, and get something that we want, spilling as little blood as possible. There's also trickery where we just confuse people into doing what we want.
Oh, just a pack of kobolds went to the shopping center and left.
Well, I was planning on stealing the stuff, which is, kind of evil.
Yeah, it has to be monstrous. Whatever we do has to be monstrous for a reason.
If we plan on stealing, I have good eyes to be the lookout. Plus, I am stealthy myself.
And me and my minions are pretty sneaky. But we could also just pay for it. I mean, what loot do we get off of the bodies? Maybe they have some money.
Really, be meta here for 1 second. If you want to be getting experience, you gotta do monster shit.
Why would we pay for anything?
But negotiation is a raid tactic. We could go there and convince them to give us stuff.
Also, I have to ask, how does it help
somebody?
How does it help the end goals?
We get money. We get
we
stuff.
Have to grow the horde. We're not
grow the horde. Okay, I just want to hear. Anytime we come up with a plan, I just want to hear how it helps the end goal. That's all.
We have to grow the horde. Right now, we have a tier 0 dungeon that some old man and his bear got all the way into our sanctum.
Well, 2 rangers and their farmer buddy got into the sanctum.
Yeah, but I mean, like if word gets out that we can be invaded by some random yahoos, what happens when real people show up?
Well, thankfully there were no survivors, so.
You mean we lost our ghost?
We did.
Yeah, but conceivably we may have gained 3 more ghosts.
I mean, I liked him. He was the best conversationalist we have.
Well, look, maybe that's our new creature, is the ghosts of these guys who died in the raid.
Okay.
We just refill the ghosts with new ghosts.
Well, someone did put a soul in a soul flask.
Well,
that's true.
That's one. We still have 2 new ghosts, and that could possibly be those corpses.
But the trick here is we have to make hostile ghosts. Like
let's make
bear ghost. Bear ghost.
Let's make a monster by using this testing room to combining souls.
So then we have 2 possible plans here. We have go shopping and do a negotiation raid, or we go to the forest and we do some kind of striker assault or something.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is I'm not sure how that going to if we're going to the forest, either we're going to the forest to recruit something for the dungeon, or because I'm not sure that's not going to help.
Just we steal at Samuel's.
Quick question: is recruiting a new or getting a new creature, is that a downtime action or is that actually?
It is.
Okay, just to clarify.
It's a downtime action.
So if we were going to do the forest thing, that would just be a background event.
Yep.
A flavor to the adventure to explain why we have the downtime thing of getting a creature.
Right. If we go to the forest, we're doing it for stuff. So we can make the pulleys, we can make the ropes, and we get random magic stuff that might be lying
Right,
around.
Cursed vines to make rope out of, chopping down a holy tree to make wood.
Alternatively, you could be just trying to raid it to get enough stuff to grow your horde.
Mm-hmm.
But that comes down to what the goal behind this is.
Yep.
Like, if the goal is to get the stuff you need for the testing room, that's one goal. If the goal is to grow the horde, which ups the tier, that's a different goal.
I think testing room, that's my vote.
Yeah, same here.
Who lives in the forest?
The forest.
Sentient trees.
Sentient trees.
But it's a tier 1.
Would burning sentient trees classify as gather sacrifices?
Probably not.
No? Okay.
That's also way down the list. You got other stuff to get done first.
Yeah.
Well, I assumed that we could do any part of the master plan at any time.
I don't know. It's supposed to go in order.
Is it?
Mhm.
Well, that's...
Yep.
Sorry, I was about to go to my old catchphrase. That's dumb.
Okay. So let's do forest. Let's get stuff.
What hoard does
Yeah.
the forest have?
It has magical stuff from people it's captured.
Does it?
It's full of loot from the previous victims that
Oh,
were
does
there.
the magic forest have those hanging trees?
Yes, it does.
Man,
Potentially.
that would be a great creature.
Yeah. Roots contain many lost magic items, is the detail.
Sorry,
Well, I'm sure it's
we've
got
got
other-
so many different windows with information. It's confusing to get them all together. We have one window just to tell us what the letters on the map mean. We have another one apparently that tells us details. I didn't see that one.
Oh, they're on the same page there. You just weren't reading.
Oh, jeez. Well, I mean,
It's
that'd be
okay.
easier just to add those names to the map. Not to be
Let's
that guy.
go.
And which one of these is on this sheet here that we're on? Which ones is it?
The faction sheet.
Yeah, no. Thank you.
Living Forest, G.
Living Woods. No, I mean on the page that we're on. Sorry, Living Woods. It's tier 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're trying to lure in more servants.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're trying to commune with the druids, is that a druids another faction, or the druids live there?
One of the factions already mentioned druids. The squirrel people, I believe.
Squirrel people. Oh yeah, because they're trying to select a new high druid. So I'm just trying to figure out all the faction interconnection now that I'm looking at this.
Mhm.
Yep.
And your characters may not know all this information.
Oh, I'm sure they don't, but at the same time,
It's still fun to know.
trying to
All right.
figure this out.
So, how are we going about this then? Is this an assault, a strike, an ambush? We don't really ambush trees, I guess.
Not really, no.
I think this might be a stealth.
Try to get in
Let's-
without causing too much trouble.
Well, just to clarify,
No, I
there
think
is
Oh, go ahead.
there is a setup phase and the actual thing. So you have a goal. Do you have a goal yet? Have we hammered that out?
Well, we're trying to apparently increase the hoard by this raid, so I assume we're trying to both gather
Right.
materials and treasure.
Mhm.
All right.
You know, I have an ability to speak to the dead. We have a bunch of dead people that try to raid us here. Do the squirrel people know anything about the living woods? Would I be able to get information, like what's their greatest treasure, or where are the greatest treasures of the living woods at?
They might give me a roll.
All right, let me invoke.
Actually, I think that would be banter, wouldn't it?
Well, I'm talking to the dead, so I have to invoke the speak to the dead ability.
He's got to get the ability to work first before he can talk to them at all.
Because it's tier 3, but I have no negatives for rolling higher.
So tier
Do
3.
you have an
So
ability
I
that knocks
credit-
that off?
Say what?
Do you have an ability that knocks that off?
What do you mean?
The
Knocks that off?
penalties?
Channeling doesn't have penalties. We've said that like 17 times now, so it's a weird question.
Page 124. All magic does.
Well, then I don't know why you've said this multiple times that it doesn't.
I've just agreed because you seem very confident.
No, in fact, I've asked questions every time.
But yeah. The way higher tier project seems to go is that they penalize you and then you roll.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I understand that. It's not... Hold on, you said 124 or 174?
124.
Okay, so on page 126, to cast a tier 3 spell, you
Mhm.
spend stress to cast it, and you lose 2 dice.
Well, either way, I passed, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it said something about channeling that was different.
Well, except you lose 2 dice to cast it, so I'm confused.
Well, I don't understand how you think a 6 is still a failure.
Okay.
Well, look at my roll. I rolled 6, 6, 2. If I lose 2 dice, I still have a 6. That's still a pass.
Well, you're
Yeah.
choosing to lose the
The last
you're-
2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't get arranged into any order. They're just
Yeah,
literally
we-
die,
yeah.
die, die.
We've been doing that with errors up to this point, so yeah, it's still 6.
All right, I'm okay. If the GM's cool with it, I'm cool with it.
Sorry, I just hate reading rules while people are disagreeing with me and arguing with me. I can't really focus on anything else. So
We understand.
I go back. Defense mode. Argue with people first. Read rules second.
Well, you're doing something that's very common in gaming, which is you're making a statement that sounds like it's from authority, and other people saying, well, you must have read the rules, you must know what you're talking about.
No,
So
the first time I did this roll, I asked questions, and they said, yes, you're right. So this entire time, I've been operating on the, yeah, you're right. So...
Okay. Well, we do have our role here. We do have Speaking with Dead.
So you summon up the farmer or one of the rangers?
Well, probably the rangers, since they probably know more about the forest.
All right, and it kind of materializes.
Hey, you're
Looks around,
dead now. If you want advantage when you reach the afterlife that my father controls, you're going to want to answer my questions.
And it paused for a sec. Okay.
Oh shit, you can't understand me.
I'll do it.
You can't speak to the dead.
I can speak their language.
This is
He's
literally,
here.
he's going to say something, and I'm going to say, he's making sounds that sound like this. You're going to be like, that's not how language works.
Just pretend. Fake it.
Oh, this was not thought out. From inception. Like, mechanically, I didn't understand how spells work. We got to the speaking part, and it's like, oh, wait, I can't speak the language. Alright, I've wasted everyone's time. I apologize.
Alright. I will still try to get you to repeat after me and say, hey, Ghosty, what's good out there in the magical forest?
You know what works real well? When you try to have people do things phonetically for the first time.
Sounds like a great plan.
Let's just go to the forest.
Don't hang up on the call either. Just leave the ghost hanging there. You can bother him.
That's why I said I go at this ghost. He looks at me confused, and I leave. There's nothing I can do here.
Brilliant.
So stupid. I love it. All right. So now that we've embarrassed ourselves, let's go.
All right. So, you guys are looking to get some lumber from the trees and pilfer what you can from this living forest, correct?
Sounds right.
Yes.
All right, that sounds like the goal. So we need a setup plan for the raid and then the actual main objective. So it sounds, from what people were saying, that people are sneaking in.
Mhm.
And then how are you going about stealing this wood and getting away with it? Are you going to strike and fight them off? Or are you going to try and trick the forest into thinking that you're, helping in some way?
Okay, real quick. Sorry, I interrupted one more time. I think the sentence that I thought was the thing that I was going with was page 150. Channeling does not have the same limitations as sorcery and witchcraft. And that's the one where instead I have to please my god, which is why I can't do things that will have them forsake me. Which is why I'm eating things all the time and that. Like I said,
okay. Sorceries and that actually have limitations in them, like Wild Heart requires plants, animals, or aspect of nature to interact with.
I'm just saying, I think this is what I brought up before, that we all like, oh yeah, you're right.
I could see how we could make that mistake.
Right.
Like, before I didn't even realize there were penalties for spells.
I didn't either, because normally I'm not casting spells. Or I thought I wasn't.
Alright. So yeah, we have the sneak-in plan and then the execution of the raid for getting the goal. So what...
So what does our hunter think they're going to be most able to do here?
Okay, so all of our minions are bloody. That means we can't actually bring any of them on the mission, right?
Right, it's just us this time, I think.
So we have to carry all the crap back ourselves.
Also, yes.
What's required to make the minions unbloodied?
next lurk phase, they'll be healed.
The lurk phase is the stuff that happens between this and the downtime?
Yep.
Okay.
So, if I leave an item behind in supply, I will actually have 2 spots open because my horn bow does not count as a slot.
Correct. If you guys wanted to have more slots available, you could transfer stuff from your gear to your supply. But it means you'll have less stuff.
The snacks.
All right. And as a new character, I'm full up, so I'm just looking to everyone else to carry stuff.
By the way, we're in that square that's right above M, right? That's where our lair is?
The I, yes.
Is that I? Okay. So I'm just realizing that all of our stuff has happened in the same area. Like, we ambushed the rangers or whatever right over here. Now we're going to Living Forest. The stronghold is right here. So we've literally just gone down this road multiple times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never interacted with H.
We decided the forest
We're not
was the
bothering the
starting
local
zone.
populace.
For some reason, I thought we were down somewhere around the Secrets of Truth or something, that we've always just been heading north, but it's literally go through the mountains. Fuck people on the other side of the mountains.
Okay. So, what's the tactic we're taking, though?
I assume stealth was going in, but once you're there, what's the plan?
I assume we stay stealthy and vigilant while we were there, because people go in the forest, but they don't come back out, and we don't know why that is. So I thought we were going to try and, be stealthy while we were there so it wouldn't attract attention.
So we'll try to stealthily take stuff while we're there.
Especially because we're light on minions.
Exactly.
And we also have it on good authority of where to avoid the trouble spots, because the trick is to go where there are fewer corpses. Which kind of defeats the point of going in there, because we want to get better loot. And I would think that corpses would have loot, but I have it on the authority of a skilled hunter that we should be doing.
All right, so that brings up the first side of this stealth question. Where do you slip in from? What direction are you coming from through the living forest?
Well, we've been to the mountains before, so I guess we could cross the mountains and kind of get in on this side. Which is probably the least
these
traveled.
mountains way up here.
Yeah. Wait, no, the living forest is right over here.
Yes.
So I meant, we can kind of, come across here.
Yep.
That's what I'm thinking.
Night or day?
I guess day, so we can actually see things and find stuff.
All right. And then...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you're all going to stick together?
Yep, that's the plan.
By the way, you're the hunter. You said your favorite thing was what? Your favorite enemy, was it?
Oh. Different day.
Oh, you change it every day.
No. I don't have a favored enemy. I can mark a prey.
I thought you had just something that said you gave a plus die to a specific enemy or something like that.
No.
Okay.
With Thrill of the Hunt, I can spend a stress to mark a specific target that I can, and then my next roll gets a plus die.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had something like that, so you were going to declare the forest as your favorite thing, and then
No.
Okay.
I jokingly was like, the forest isn't prey.
Well, if it's all living trees, right, and they're all moving around, then technically
it could be.
Right. That's what I was just thinking for a second, because I was thinking, oh, does that mean you attack trees all the time? Sorry, I guess you made a joke in the opening of the thing, and I just took it as real, and it's been circling in the back of my mind this whole time.
All right. So let's give the engagement roll. You guys have some information about the weakness, so that's a bonus die.
Absolutely.
Into the forest.
All right.
Looking good.
So you guys are crossing these mountains, making your way to the area where the mountain starts giving way to the living forest. The roots are extended out, and there are dozens and dozens of skeletons just kind of staring off.
Oh.
Let's go around the dozens of skeletons.
I guess take a longer path.
Isn't this the necromancer's forte? Shouldn't you be asking them questions or enslaving them or something?
I don't think we have a necromancer anymore, do we?
Oh, what kind of magic do you do?
I'm a zealot. My minions were necromancers. I think was it Justin's
You did just speak with dead.
Yeah, because that's the bailiwick of my father.
Is there a goblin or kobold or orc corpse around here? Or are they all the races of the light?
It seems to be a mixture. The living forest doesn't seem to care who's trying to get in.
Okay, so pick one of those and talk to him.
Sure. I mean, I can try. I'm pretty sure I have to recast the spell. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to rechannel the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Also, stress.
You got lots of stress. You'll be fine.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Our first session, I forgot to be marking stress every time I cast a spell, but I haven't been. When does stress go away?
Once you hit lurking.
Okay, so it didn't carry over. We're good. All right, let me cast that spell then. Is there a negative on here that I can?
When you
negative
click
2,
invoke,
there we go. Yeah,
you can put the negative in.
So a 3.
All right. So something disastrous happens. So you call up the dead, and the little flicker of a ghost appears and goes into one of the bodies and starts shifting around. And
well, I don't call up the dead. This was for a speak with dead. So I was trying to speak with the skeletons. I assume was the plan.
Mm-hmm. But something has gone horribly wrong.
Right. Okay.
Right. So more of these skeletons begin to shift, and they're starting to crawl out of the roots and starting to approach this group menacingly.
Hold on 1 second. As a scout during the raid, you can also spend stress to establish a second fact.
Yep.
I would like to establish that if you hold your breath, they cannot acknowledge that you're there.
Oh man, I thought
Fantastic.
I think all kids do.
At first, I was gonna say close your eyes.
Goblin-y bit of information.
I was gonna say close your eyes, but then that would have been real interesting to get through them.
No, holding your breath makes more sense.
Yeah,
there's a tradition of that.
Yep. I'm like, we can get through them. We just need to move quietly and hold our breath.
I can do that.
Pretty sure that I just upset them big time.
In that case, shut your mouth and let's go.
This is a place beyond your gods. Domain.
I have a bunch of advice from our hunter here, and I'm really good at sneaking away. And they probably care more about this demon than me, so I'm out of here.
All right. So is everyone trying to sneak past these then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Sneak past, holding breath.
All right. Do you guys want to do it as a group action or no?
I think group action works.
Group action?
Yeah.
It basically uses the highest
result
dice
from each PC.
Yep,
Yeah,
but the people who fail take the stress and wicked ones, not like Blades of the Dark.
Okay. There's no reason not to do it as a group action then.
Yeah.
Correct.
Just so I can confirm, when I establish this fact, we get a +1 because of the weakness, correct?
The first time you use it, yeah. So everyone will be at a +1 for this roll.
Oh,
Okay.
Wonderful.
This is a roll of Skulk. Okay.
I have
it's a critical already.
succeeded.
Let's just see if it cost anyone any stress.
Sorry, I'm trying to do the math here because I'm shocked in muscles. I have no sculpt skill, but we're +1, which means this is just a 0 roll.
Yeah, I guess so.
Here.
But then your shock is gone as well for muscles.
Right. So 5.
But everyone gets critical because it's a group roll and no one took stress. So you all slip. Go ahead.
I would say a second tick in Skulk because it's technically learning experience.
Yeah. And anyone else who only had 0 in it could take a tick in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you all slip. These skeletons were approaching menacingly. All you took a big breath, held it, started running, and they kind of stopped and looked around, confused.
Yeah, see? Just a mere... I'm impressed that you guys can hold your breath that long.
As you see in the distance, they kind of turn on the one little cobalt skeleton that was summoned up and start beating him instead for waking them up.
Yeah, get him.
Say the funny joke. Wait, you guys were holding your breath? Turn around, they're all still behind us.
All right,
Well-
and you have snuck into the forest. Now it's just a matter of finding what's valuable.
Well, it's also a matter of leaving.
Well, that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
So
that's on my list to do
So
today.
first
I
things
have
first.
a scan of 3, so
Yes,
I should be
you
able
should
to look
lead
around
that.
real
You
well.
should do it.
I say we let the hunter look for it.
And I'm going to go ahead and flash back to giving you advice for what to look for. It's like, well, I heard these people went missing lately, and I heard that they had these kind of valuables.
I would like to.
You
I'd
have an
like to be
additional
on this
die.
group. I'd like to be
I
on
don't
this.
need it. I don't need it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but I'd like to be on it anyway.
Critical.
Nice.
There we go. And I take a stress point.
Which one of those is the worst?
All right, so the orc hunter scans around the surroundings, following some tracks, making his way through the forest. He has a couple options. You can see there's a deserted caravan way out that's been overgrown that will probably have some good loot in it. But in the other direction, you can see some trees that seem to be glowing as the sun is hitting noon. Both probably have some valuable stuff for the group. What is the hunter going to tell them?
We could split up.
Yeah.
How do you want the groups then?
Slimmick, you come with me.
Okay. Which one are you going to?
I'm going to the glowing trees.
Okay.
You're good with magic stuff, right?
Yes, of
Well,
course.
We should send the other wizard with the hunter then. So you guys go pick that over. We're gonna go look at some glowing trees.
Wonderful. Be careful. If you see
I'm always
skeletons,
careful.
avoid that spot.
So 2 groups.
Do.
All right, which group do we want to do first?
Always worked so well for Scooby-Doo.
Let's do glowing trees.
Yep, we're Fred and Daphne. That means we're actually going behind the trees to make out.
All right. So you two make it into this small glade where the trees seem more spaced, almost purposely so. There is no grass here, but there is a lot of moss. As the sun is reaching what seems to be the peak height, the trees are starting to take on a green glow.
Neat.
So there's definitely plenty of magical vibe going around here, but what's actually valuable?
Well, glowing trees are pretty valuable. They collect a lot of on the open market.
So I guess what I could suggest doing is I could very finely try to take thin branches and pieces of it without disturbing the whole or alerting the forest.
Okay.
Take those cursed vines down and just take them with us.
If we had like our crew here, we could just go ahead and take the whole freaking tree.
Well, what a shame.
You can't summon crew or anything, can you?
Nope, I don't have that ability.
Once the tree is uprooted, it's no longer alive. Once it's no longer alive, I can use telekinesis on it.
Well, I don't know how we kill the tree here.
That's a
You're
good
bored to
question.
death.
How's your smash?
Absolutely abysmal. Again, why I was suggesting I'm going to go ahead and start clipping off little bits where I can.
All right, so
I
yeah.
would like to inflict stress on myself to call upon a flashback.
All right.
Ooh.
And what is the
Flashback.
warlock's flashback?
A flashback to extra downtime, anticipating that we were going to go to the living forest. I have fashioned an axe that is magically enchanted to cut through wood, but will instantly have its edge dulled if it ever is used to shed blood.
Do you have an extra gold to take an extra downtime action?
That's what the stress is for. Or does it say you have to pay? It says you have to pay a cost. I thought that's what the stress was for.
The stress is for taking the flashback to do the extra downtime. At least I believe. I'll look up flashback.
I don't know. I remember last time we talked about doing a ritual as a flashback, and that was gold.
All right, well, then, I actually do have an extra gold for this, and I will spend it.
Yo,
All right.
there you go.
And is this a tier 1 magic item?
This would be, I would argue this is a tier 1 magic item. That it's a magic axe for chopping down trees and not for hurting. Which is basically an axe.
I make this amazing magical item. What do you call it? An axe.
Well, it's a magic axe. And I was going to ask my friend here to go ahead and use it on the tree, but since he doesn't have any smash, I'll go ahead.
No, this is perfect. I was thinking hedge clippers or something, but this will do just fine.
That's why I brought an axe. That's why you're the con artist and I'm the person who gets things done.
Well, tell me, how much finesse do you have?
Me? 2.
2? Why don't you take the axe and finally do it, and I will spot for you.
Can I
i.e., if you fail the roll, I can make you re-roll.
Well, first let's do a quick invoke to make the item, because we're doing the flashback up and make
You
it.
just did.
Oh,
I have
All right.
6.
yeah. So you
I've
summon forth
recruited
this axe.
That means it's not even volatile.
Well, it doesn't have extra volatile.
It doesn't have extra volatile.
Yeah, it can become volatile twice if it was a mixed success.
Right.
So
Now
yeah.
it's time to chop down the tree. So if I could chop down the tree with finesse, I would, but I'm guessing you have to use smash to chop down the tree.
I'm not going to make you roll to chop down the tree. You're just going to start chopping.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah.
Like you have a magic item. You're starting to do this. It's not going to be quiet, though.
Yeah, that's what I have a lookout for.
All right.
But it's a magic axe, so it should take less time than using a regular axe.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So you're chopping away, and Slimmick, give me a scan looking for threats.
Okay.
You can do that, right?
No.
Ah!
But I do get a 4. I do have mixed results.
All right.
All right. So you do notice something. It's the fact the tree beside it is starting to reach out and pick you up.
Oh, pick me up.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't like that at all.
And we're going to flash to the other group. So, Gar and the hunter are making their way to this overgrown, what looks like a carriage of some kind.
So you say overgrown carriage?
Yep.
A carriage trapped in the overgrowth.
Oh, okay. That meant it was a super large carriage.
It's still...
All right, Hunter,
this
what do
looks
you
like
see?
the rest of the forest. Yep.
Well, we have to check underneath the overgrowth to see what is potentially on the carriage.
Right, that's what I'm asking. What do you see? What do your
I see
hunter
the
eyes
carriage.
see?
Okay, in that case, I will scan to see the best spot to get in to see the goods.
All right.
Oh man, you want to put that down as a triple on the Yahtzee score? Because I don't think you're going to get better.
Dark Heart.
I can
Dark Heart.
I can also spend a stress to let you re-roll it.
I have one Dark Heart, so I'll use that
That
first.
just gives you... Yeah, go ahead. Go roll 1 extra die and see what happens.
Oh, cool.
So
Let's
1.
just take that additional 3. It's 4 3s.
All right, so go ahead and re-roll 4 dice. You hear in my head, "You idiot, you fool! Absolutely do not step on these vines. These alert them immediately. You dummy."
What
All
the
right.
Okay,
tell you?
I got a 6.
So looking this over carefully, it seems to be more of a trap. You can spot through one of the overgrown windows. It's dark in there, but you do spot movement. There might be something waiting inside. But the vines have grown in such a way you could open the carriage pretty easily.
This is a trap, but depending on what's inside, it could be a worthwhile trap to spring. It can open right there.
Are the vines the trap?
No, there's something inside.
So the vines are just nothing then?
They've grown over this.
Okay, so you're saying that the vines are nothing.
They could be very useful if we want to do something with them, but yes.
Right. I'm saying the vines aren't the trap. If you touch the vines, mess with the vines, nothing bad will happen.
No guaranteed, but most likely yes.
Why don't you touch the vines then?
No.
Well, they're nothing, right?
We need to figure out what we're doing first.
Well, the best way to get rid of a trap is to spring it.
Okay. In that case, knowing the spot, I'll open it up and prepare to back up.
All right. So you're gonna open up the door.
Yep.
All right. So you fling open this door, and inside you see it was probably a human at one point, but it looks to have skin with bark protruding out of it. It's got green glowing eyes. Its tongue seems to be gone, and it just kind of and starts to come out of the carriage.
Since you are so mighty, why don't you take the first blow?
How about this? I'd like to do a flashback to a ritual since I have a gold.
All right.
Let me just mark off gold. Quick. I mean, we were describing before that we have like a crystal thing in the. I don't know. I don't need that. I would like to, in my flashback, have a foresight of this moment to create a teleportation circle between two places